Joining us now on the MARR Army Rock Show, no stranger to the rock show, we've got Johnny from Small Town Titans. Johnny is the drummer of that great trio out of York, Pennsylvania, and they have got a brand new song out. You never know what's going to come out of these guys, and it's a Christmas tune of all things, but it's one of the killer ones I've heard this year. Johnny, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. Anytime.
So, from day one of the things I loved about you guys, first time I saw you, you never know what's going to come out of your band. You're a serious rock and roll band, but once in a while on the stage, some kind of unique or different or fun song comes out. I remember first time I heard Party in Hell. And so fast forward to 2017, and you guys have released a Christmas cover. So tell us about it.
We did. We put together a plan earlier last either the beginning of this year, since we're coming to a close. And we were going to record a bunch of songs in the studio over a weekend, and we were going to release them every 2 months. We were going to release one song every 2 months. We're not done making a full-length record or an EP or anything like that, but as far as exposure goes, and talking to our consultants and our investors that we've picked up over the past year, we felt that was just the way to go as far as releasing new material. And one of our consultants said, how do you guys feel about doing a Christmas tune? Now, bear in mind, we're going in the studio in July. You know what I mean? But we're like, well, that could be interesting, and Christmas music does do well during this time of year, like it or not. And we had done previously at a couple of holiday shows in the past for, stuff like radio station Christmas parties and things like that. If they invite us to those types of events, we would just throw together a cute little rendition of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," literally like a minute, just kind of like an interlude, if you will, like in between songs. But people liked it. But it was simply that, And when we had this idea to do a Christmas song, we came back to that. We were like, oh, what if we actually arrange like a 3.5 to 4 minute song, take on the Grinch ourselves. And that's what we did. And we thought it was pretty good. We recorded it. It sounded good. And we thought it would do well for us. This fast? No way. there's no way we saw it working this well, this fast.
I saw, it's funny, I was getting ready for this. I said, man, I'm glad I got him one now, because before long, you guys are going to be in such demand for these interviews for this tune. So,
yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next, man. We got a publicist this year. We got a good one. And every time he calls, there's some really good news. He keeps texting me, and he's like, if you loved me before, ... And then I'm like, call me. What's the good news? It's like, oh, I got loudwire.com to premiere it. Oh, we got Spotify to add it to an official Christmas playlist. I mean, it just keeps going and going and going.
I had the weirdest thought this morning. Maybe it started across your guys' mind. I don't know. But, Phil has got such that, theatrical kind of, way of speaking and performing on stage. And I just envisioned you guys doing like a full-blown, Disney soundtrack or like an animated movie soundtrack.
Oh, man. I mean, we are not against doing anything as long as it makes sense and it goes with being a rock band and doing what we do. His range is pretty amazing. And we also knew that was a key part to the tune being, as well received as it has been. It starts out real low on the vocals, and then it gets real high. That's a credit to him. And, we've been a band for 6 years, and of course we know he has some skills, but we're used to it,
Yeah.
And not that we take it for granted, but we are used to it. And so it's really cool now to see people hear his voice for the first time and hear the band in general for the first time, and they're like, holy crap. Because we forget what that feels like. We know what his voice is and what it can do. And so that's been really cool.
Now, when you guys were arranging this, was it tough to do? Because, you're taking this, I kind of, not exactly kidding about the whole Disney thing. You're taking a child's cartoon, but it's still kind of an evil song, And was it difficult to get that heavier arrangement going, or did it just come right away?
I don't think it took very long. God, I really can't remember. It's not like it was a struggle, to be honest with you. And to be honest, when it came to doing a Christmas tune, I I personally, off the top of my head, I can't think of another one that is as more fitting to possibly be a rock and roll song than "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the lyrics and the chord progression, like it does lend itself to me. Like I could hear it right away. Maybe not exactly what we did, but when we were coming up with the idea of doing a Christmas song, in my head I could hear Grinch just going over well.
Now, you guys have always got a way of coming up with some interesting merch. Has there been any talk about any kind of Grinch merchandise or, material from you guys?
Not yet. Honestly, the phone has not stopped buzzing this week. Where I even texted. I texted the band and I texted one of our consultants. I was like, "Can we start to have a weekly meeting? At a set time, a conference call, and we actually take notes and do things in a priority that makes sense, and then we tackle those things for the week because it's getting that busy." We just landed the TKO booking agency, which is phenomenal. That's a huge step for us in going back out on the road again, which we do want to do. We did it before, but we did it in a very rough manner, and we said, we want to go back out, but we need to go back out and do it the right way. And we're going to be able to do that now, which is very exciting. But so between that and I said loudwire.com premiered it. Spotify loves it. It has been a hell of a week to just process it all, keep up with everything, and then to have a great time this weekend. I had a good time last night. I celebrated with friends, and I was like, this week has been pretty awesome.
I guess the timing's really good because I saw that sadly you had to put your tour van to rest. So I think people can help you out with that too, right?
Yeah. Good old Aphrodite, as we called her. She is, at this point, it's like a 50-50 shot that she's going to make it to the next destination. and that's what sucks. And so, honestly, over the past few months, I would average out to probably spending $500 to $1,000 every month. Now, not that we're breaking down every month, but just if you averaged it out, it's starting to just nickel and dime us to death. And it's a 1995 vehicle, so it's getting harder to find the parts, and that plays a part of it into it. And I think we just said it's time to get something different. And now that we've landed a good booking agent, we're definitely going to do what we have to do to get a good vehicle, and we're definitely going to be getting rid of this bus. Rest in peace, Aphrodite. If those walls could talk, but we'll be moving on with something else. And we do have a GoFundMe. If you honestly just go to GoFundMe and search our name, you'll find it, Small Town Titans. And we're still brainstorming on this. We're definitely going to be giving back to everybody who contributes to the GoFundMe in one way or another, with something unique and specific. And once we figure out what that is, we'll update the world with that. And that'll help us. Thank you to anybody who's already contributed to that, because that's definitely going to help us get back on the road.
Now, I don't want people to lose sight and think you're just a Christmas band. Of course, we've been following you for years now, but going back, in October, you guys released another really cool single. So if people go out and pick up the Grinch one, I'd say they pick up Me, Myself, and Monster. Tell us a little bit about that tune.
Yeah, thank you, man. So that song, interestingly enough, was left on the cutting room floor when we did our last record, Reflection. And it wasn't because we didn't like the song. It wasn't because it wasn't finished or anything like that. That was actually just kind of a goal for the record. If we leave something on the cutting room floor, we've done our job. That was sort of the mindset, and that was one of them that we did. And I guess personally, for me, it just didn't fit the flow and the vibe of the last record. It just didn't have a spot on it. Man, I'm glad we waited because when we revisited it, we changed it a very little bit. I mean, we went back and listened to the demo we had recorded years ago. We didn't really change much from there. And once we put our new plan in place with making sure we were, all of our singles that we're dropping here in the coming months all of them were filmed live in the studio. So there's a visual aspect to every new single as well, which we think is so important today. And that's been nice because that's been helping our YouTube channel grow and things like that. And me, myself, and Monster kicked all that off. And we are seeing people checking that out now too. The numbers on that song are going up, so people are hearing the Grinch and they're going, "Oh my God, who's this band?" And they're digging to find more stuff, which is the goal. That's that's very cool. We don't want to play the Grinch in May, okay? we're already dreading that a little bit. We're like, okay, people are gonna dig it, but we don't want to play it when we're wearing shorts on stage. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't put it past you guys there. I have to be very, very honest with you. I haven't known you for a while, but hey, so whenever we go to a live show ourselves, we never know if we're going to bump into Johnny Ross because, man, you're a big fan yourself of live rock and roll music. You got any good shows? I always run into you somewhere when we're going to these big shows. You got any good shows you're going to as a fan on your bill?
I am a big fan of this. I love this shit. I'll be going to see Avenged Sevenfold on the tour with Breaking Benjamin and Bullet for My Valentine. I don't miss Avenged Sevenfold. They're one of my favorites. Other than that, coming up, I don't think there's anything really. I think I'm good for now.
And I also want to make sure I give you guys a chance to plug. You guys are playing New Year's Eve too, aren't you?
We are. We're playing New Year's Eve, a place called Blarney's Twisted Irish Pub in Mechanicsburg, PA, and it looks like it's going to be pretty great. They're putting together some packages for that. As soon as we get more info on that, we'll be sharing that with everybody because they are giving packages including a hotel room, discounts on bottles of champagne for the night, food buffet. So we're able to have people come out and celebrate the entire evening with us in style and not worry about driving home and getting in any kind of trouble because we definitely don't want that. And this venue it's attached to a hotel, so you just leave the exit from the venue and you enter the hotel lobby.
Well, I tell you what,
you're good to go.
You guys are a fun band for an evening like that. And I want to plug one more thing for you guys. The more we've been doing this in this industry, I realize you're one of the bands that do this. For those of you that have fan clubs and things like that, there are a lot of bands who will perform a private show for you at a reasonable fee. And are you guys still doing that? And if so, because if you get 10 friends together, you can have a private concert, can't you?
Yes, we are doing that. Those are really fun because there's no stress with those. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea. It's not like I don't enjoy playing shows at venues. Absolutely. But there is a protocol and a procedure to that. Load in is this time. Sound guy wants you here for this. You got to do sound check. Is the band is there any specials or drink tickets or any, all the stuff that goes into playing in a band at a venue. Private party? Dude, just show up. we made burgers and hot dogs, and there's some quesadilla dip over there, and hey, you guys can sit up here. How about we have a couple drinks first? Hey, I get started at 9:30, whatever. Cool. Hey, do you know any Alice in Chains? Oh, you do? Oh, all right. Play that one. Like, it's just so fun. We just have a great time. And we just like to say, you provide the couches, we'll provide the rock and roll, and we will do it acoustic. Or we'll do it full band. It's
such a great opportunity, and I know a number of bands that do that. And I just wanted to highlight for the bands that I know do it when I talk to them because for fans thinking about it, you pay $50 for a meet and greet, you go backstage with some bands and you shake their hand and get a photo. That same money, you pull it with 12 of your buddies, you got a concert in your home.
Yeah, dude, and I as a fan, if any some of my favorite bands were offering that, oh my God, I would love to do it. It's definitely an experience for a fan, and we've had a few repeat offenders, which is awesome. Just like, we're doing this again in 3 months. Come on back. Hey, until we can't do it, we're going to do it.
Well, Johnny, man, I want to thank you for being back on the show. You guys have always been real accessible to the MARR and the MARR Army, and give my best to the rest of the band. And congratulations, the single is Mr. Grinch. And if you haven't heard it yet, get out on iTunes, Spotify, you name it, man. It's all over the place now. Pick that thing up and go pick up their last single as well, Me, Myself, and Monster. So, Johnny, man, thanks a lot for being on the show again. And I am sure that if I don't see you soon at a Titans concert, I will see you at a live venue somewhere.
Yeah, man. Hey, we will keep coming back, and I gotta tell you, you guys hold a special place in our heart because I don't know if you know or if you remember, but you guys are our first interview ever.
I had no idea.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Well,
you guys interviewed us outside of the venue Tubby's nightclub, which apparently they are planning to rebuild, which is fantastic. That's in Duncannon, Pennsylvania. Close to our fan base.
Well,
and you guys interviewed us outside.
Yeah, I remember the interview like it was yesterday. Wow, so I really
first one, dude. Man, first one.
Well, hey, when you are up there like sharing the stage with Shinedown and Breaking Benjamin in a year or two, I'm gonna remind you of that and bug you for something.
We'll see. The work has just begun. We are very happy with our success, but now we feel that we've been given an opportunity to show a lot more people what we can do, and we welcome the challenge. And we'll see what happens, man. We will see.
Well, Johnny, have a great holiday and a happy new year, and we will talk to you real soon, man.
Likewise, man. Thank you so much.